Solving a trig equation by factoring is no different really than solving a quadratic equation by factoring. And so if it helps, you may want to think of this problem instead of sine squared of theta minus 1, think of it as x squared minus 1. Just replace your sines or cosines with x's. And so seeing it like this, you hopefully recognize it as a difference of two squares, and that would just factor into x plus 1, x minus 1. And so if you can do that, you can do the trig equation. So you can either take your answer that you had and just replace those x's back with sines, or some of you may not even need to do that, and you can just recognize right away, well, it's a difference of two squares. That would be sine of theta minus 1 and sine of theta plus 1. And so, sine of theta plus 1 equals 0. And so forgot my parentheses now. So what I'll do from here, since I have two things being multiplied together to equal 0, I know that one of those two things must be 0. And so I have two little equations to solve. That's really no different than what we've done earlier in the week. So I want to solve that equation, sine of theta minus 1 equals 0. And I also want to solve this equation, sine of theta plus 1 equals 0. And so doing this the same way we've done before, I'll go ahead and subtract 1 from both sides. So the sine of theta would equal 1. Using my trig chart, I would look under the sine column to see what angle got me a ratio of 1, and I can see that it's pi over 2. So there is one of my answers. Theta could be pi over 2 as a solution to this equation. On the other side then of that line, I'd have sine of theta equals negative 1. And again, looking for that ratio in the sine column, I can see that 3 pi over 2 is also a solution. So two answers for this equation.